Hello and welcome to my first Q&A on my channel on YouTube, where I'm going to be answering your questions that you sent in via Facebook and Twitter. And this is the first one I've done, so I'm going to answer the questions you've sent in. Oh no, Crookshanks has fell over, that's the wrong side. I'm wearing a Harry Potter robe just now because I needed confidence. And that makes me feel confident. Let's go to questions. My mouth has gone so dry. I don't know what that was. Karen Nielsen says, Stranger Things, have you seen it and what do you think of it? Yes, I've seen the first episode and maybe the second episode. And then I was like, oh, I'll watch this later, but I never got around to it because I was busy. And now I kind of know everything that's happened because, oh, this is a bad confession. Like, I'm a TV geek, I love TV, but the TV I really love is shite. Like, it's grade A, bad television that's like really formulaic or, you know, light. And there's shows that everybody loves where I've just watched the first episode and the last episode and then read Wikipedia to fill in the blanks so I can join in the conversation. Game of Thrones is not one of those. Game of Thrones is probably the only TV show I religiously will watch the day it comes out. But see, everything else, I've just winged it. So I'll probably just do the same with Stranger Things. Chris Plockalopodoptis says, what can you not do but wish you could? Wish I could speak other languages. Have very little conversational in other languages. I wish I could play guitar. And that's about it. Lewis Donald says, Ashley, when are you back on the radio? Quite soon, actually. I'll keep you updated. So those of you who don't know me, I sometimes host a radio show on BBC Radio Scotland on a Friday night called The Music Match, which is on from 10 at night till 1 in the morning, and I play a lot of Captain and Tennille, and I have been called the real life Alan Partridge because I get awkward on the radio. As with most places. Oh, I've just developed a lisp. Aaron Carruthers says, any advice for somebody giving stand-up a go? I'm a stand-up comedian, that's something I should say. Advice-wise, I'd say give it a go and do it. That's the only way to do it, is to do it. Something you can sit in your room, this is hilarious to me, but yous are all sitting out there going, this is shite. But you can't tell if something's funny in your own head. You have to go and say it in front of a room full of people and lay that piece of your soul meat bare so that a room of alcoholics and angry people can say whether that thing that you're delivering, that piece of you, is funny or is in fact sad. So, advice. Stephen Fairley says, Next Generation or Deep Space Nine? I want to go Deep Space Nine. I know everybody loves Next Generation. This is Star Trek chat. Ooh, like I know everybody loves the Next Generation and Picard and blah 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 blah. But I like the political intrigue of Deep Space Nine. I liked Odo, the shape-shifting bastard. I liked the Ferengis. I liked how it all took place in the one place and we weren't going to a different planet where everybody mysteriously looked exactly the same and had the same hat. So I'm going to say Deep Space Nine and be controversial as fuck. Now, Mark Charters has added a caveat to this question and has said Picard or Janeway. Oh, I love Janeway. I love her. Oh, I love her bun. I just wish I could rock a bun like that. And I love her voice, even though this doesn't sound like her. I'm Captain Janeway. Oh, and I loved her weirdly pseudo-lesbian relationship that they kind of didn't do anything with, and then she was going to pump Chakotay on that planet where he'd built her a bath. I love Janeway. I love Star Trek Voyager. Jimmy Dennis Kroll says, currently seeing Funny Girl in the West End. What are some of your favourite musicals? I read that really weird. So what are some of my favourite musicals? I love Alexander Hamilton. I love Hamilton. How does a bastard, orphan, son of a whore and the Scotsman, trapped in the middle of a forgotten spot in the Caribbean by Providence and Ooh, I love Hamilton. It's so good. It's a hip-hop history musical that's a delight to the ears and a wonder for the brain. I love Calamity Jane. Doris Day, not on stage. I love Doris Day. I used to dress up as her when I was a little girl. Oh, it's weird. I like the Sound of Music. I like lots of musicals. Carolyn Davidson says, do you believe that aliens exist? Yes, I do believe that aliens exist. And I'm not alone. I believe that aliens exist because I have really intense, realistic dreams that aliens kidnap me and explain to me stuff about the universe. And I know it's not real, but it feels real. And the aliens appear to me as pink plastic elephants, which is really creepy. And sometimes they take me so far out into the universe that everything turns into big giant shards of black floating blackness in an even blacker field. And that's what I dream about. I don't know if I wanted to share that. So yeah, aliens, yeah. I think they probably do exist. I just think they've probably had a look at us and gone, fuck that. We're probably like the rednecks of the galaxy, so they don't want to hang about with us. Story of my life. Craig Johnson White, have you got any tattoos? No, I keep saying I'm going to get one because I'll be brave, but I'm terrified, so no. Alex Wilson says, what Potter death made you cry the most? I'm going to be legit here because Gryffindor pride. I don't know why this made that. Initially, the death that made me cry the most in Harry Potter, spoiler a fucking alert, in case you haven't read the books yet, the death that upset me the most initially was Dobby's. Heartbroken. The death that has stuck with me is Fred's. I think about this so much that it is awful. But imagine how bad George must feel. Like knowing that everybody's looking at him and seeing his dead twin brother. That must be the worst thing in the world. Brendan Moon says lasagna or bolognese. Bolognese, hands down. Bebbington Stephen says, who do you not want to be stuck on a desert island with? Most people. There's very few people I do want to be stuck on a desert island with. My mum. Like, I don't even know if I could get stuck on a desert island with my dad. But my mum, she would look after me. But then she'd die and I'd have to bury her. Oh, fuck that. I don't want to be stuck on a desert island with anybody. I just want to be by myself. I don't want to have to bury somebody. Because if you're stuck, I'm assuming you're stuck for a long time and my mum's going to die and I'm going to have to bury her on the desert island. And I'm getting sad now thinking about this imaginary desert island where I'm burying my mother. So I'm moving on. Gail McAteer, who's your favourite cartoon character? It's a character... who's my favourite cartoon? My favourite Disney character is the seagull from The Little Mermaid, Baloo from the Jungle Book, and the sassy jazz cat from the Aristocats. Can't remember his name, but the sassy jazz cat. I also like the wee Scotty dog in Lady and the Tramp. My favourite cartoon character is Tina from Bob's Burgers. I love her. Jackie Logan. The world is going to end and you only have one song to sing in karaoke. What do you sing? Ooh, one song left. What do I sing? I would sing Lady Marmalade by Christina Aguilera, but it would have to be the one that includes the rap. Daniel Banks asks, best snog? Not any recently. Apologies to anybody who has put their mouth on my mouth recently, but none recently. I had this boyfriend when I was a teenager and we used to suck face constantly and it was great. And it was very unbridled and it was in public, which is mortifying, and it was just like, ugh! That was weird. Stephen Rankin asks, what's the most petty thing you've ever done in an act of revenge? A lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm super vengeful. And I'm not going to give specifics of this story. The thing about my kind of vengeance is you'll never know it was me. Like, something bad will happen and I'll never take credit for it. It's just something that I'll know I did and you'll never know. There was a group of people when I was a child who wronged me. And I shan't go into any further detail other than to say that for a solid little while when I was in my teen years, I would shit in their garden and they never knew it was me. And I think they thought they had giant foxes. Rebecca Hutton, do you think it's good to be nervous before a show because it shows that you care about your performance? Yeah, like I'm always really, if I'm playing a big gig, I want the person to see that I'm taking this seriously. But at the same time, I maybe don't want them thinking she's a fucking nervous wreck. But my nervousness is my nervousness, and sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not. It just depends on me. Gunnar Stew on Twitter says, Ashley Storrie, your Harry Potter is one of the funniest clips on YouTube. Why, thank you. Will you be appearing on mainstream TV at all? Probably not, as I'm Scottish and I have a vagina. Lynn Gibson says, you have a never-ending budget for writing a movie, TV show. What would you do? I would just make some really fucking high-class, high-grade, sexy sci-fi. That is my first Q&A. Ask Ashley anything at all. Alliteration. On YouTube. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, comment down below, hit subscribe. Links to my Twitter and all that jazz are down below. And if you'd like to ask a question, I may answer it in the next one of these. Thank you for tuning in. Dun 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 dun.